Hey guys, Hitman89 here, and welcome to my honest review on Tropico 6. It's developed by Limbic Entertainment and published by Kalypso Media. It comes out later today on PC via Steam and sometime this summer on PS4 and Xbox One. So Tropico 6 is a city builder where you play as El Presidente, a dictator who rules over the nation of Tropico, and your main goal is to stay in power. Now that you kinda know what the game is about, let's start this review with the graphics. Needless to say, even though I'm still gonna say it, this review was shot on PC. And as you can see, the graphics are a little dated, you know. I mean, the water looks good, but apart from that, the rest is below average. By the way, this is what the game looks like when maxed out, and this is on medium. And finally, this is what Tropico 6 looks like on very low. Oh, and the animations are even worse than the graphics, by the way, especially the combat animations. Now, when it comes to the performance, in my opinion, this game needs some serious optimization, because Tropico 6 is about as demanding as Anno 1800, but Anno looks 10 times better, so I'ma give the graphics a 6 out of 10 and I'ma move on to the sound. Starting with the music, you better like salsa, because that's all you're gonna get, which is perfectly fine with me, because I think the soundtrack is great and the sound effects are also good. I'll let you listen to the game audio for like 10 seconds and then we'll talk about the voice acting. Some of the stuff they say on the radio actually reminded me of the dictatorship we used to have here in Tunisia, so it's really funny, but it can get repetitive after a while because you'll run into the same situations quite often and you'll have to listen to the same dialogue lines over and over, but at least the game is available in English, French, Italian, German, Spanish and Russian, so I'm gonna give the audio an 8 out of 10 and I'll let you listen to some dialogues for around 15 seconds before we talk about the gameplay.
I'm sure the good citizens of Tropico intend to vote for you, Presidente. I myself intend to vote for you many times.
So on Tropico 6, even though you're a dictator, you still have to deal with different faction leaders and fulfill some of their requests in order to either make money or get their faction's support. And before we talk about what I like and what I don't like about the gameplay, let me tell you about some of the new stuff Tropico 6 has to offer. You can now manage multiple islands at the same time. You can also send pirates and agents on raids to foreign lands to steal resources or even world wonders and monuments to then place them on your island. There are new transportation means, bridges and tunnels, and last but not least, the election speeches are back. So on Tropico 6 you're gonna have 3 game modes, missions, sandbox and multiplayer. Now let's talk about the stuff I like about the game, and the first thing is that almost everyone in Tropico is funny. Starting with the penultimo, you know, your assistant, that motherfucker is really funny. By the way, you can customize El Presidente and his palace. You won't have tons of options, but it's still better than nothing. And this time you can actually move the palace and relocate it without having to use mods like on Tropico 5. Now on this game you can be a good dictator or an evil dictator, but I wish the devs went way deeper and allowed the player to kidnap rebels and, I don't know, maybe torture them or feed them to the sharks, or maybe have some public executions to show those motherfuckers who's boss. Something like that, you know. Anyways, now what I didn't like about the game that much is the combat. This is obviously not a military warfare or an RTS game, but still, I feel like the combat animations and the whole thing looked better on the previous games, even though they're old as fuck. Oh, and multiplayer still doesn't work properly, by the way. I couldn't test it myself since I never managed to find the game, but even when you find the game, you won't be able to save your progress properly. Meaning some positions and resources won't be saved, but the devs already know about this issue and they said they'll be fixing it post-launch, so we'll see. Back to the gameplay, it takes months to do anything on this game. Even a tiny little task like murdering a citizen takes months because everyone is so freaking slow, it's insane. Like, how am I supposed to bribe a guy right before the elections if it takes him half a year to walk from his workplace to the palace that's only a few hundred meters away? I mean, some people are obviously drunk, like this guy, you can tell by the way he walks. But yeah, the game is addicting. You can easily play it for 5 hours non-stop and not get bored, so I'ma give the gameplay a 7 out of 10 and I'ma move on to the replayability. It'll take you a while to finish all missions, even though personally that's not why I play Tropico. I just play sandbox mode over and over, so the replayability is gonna get a 9 out of 10. Now when it comes to the fun factor, the game is addicting and fun to play. You obviously have to like city builders or you'll get bored, but in my case I easily get addicted to management games and Tropico 6 is no exception. Like seriously, I only stop playing when I'm almost starving to death. That's how fun the game is, so I'm gonna give the fun factor an 8 out of 10. Last but not least, when it comes to the value for money, the game is gonna cost you 45 bucks, which is not a lot, but it's still not that cheap for a game that's a little too similar to its predecessors. If you're a huge fan of the Tropico series though, then you'll probably think it's worth it. Anyways, I'm gonna give the value for money a 7 out of 10. So, is Tropico 6 the best one of the series yet? No. Is it better than Tropico 4? Not really, but it's still a good game, and that's why I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. In my humble opinion, what this game really needs is full mod support so that the community can finally take it to the next level instead of having to wait for DLCs. That's gonna be it for this review. I hope you found it useful. Leave a like if you did, and by the way, special thanks to Kalypso Media for providing me with a review code and therefore making this video possible. Don't forget to check out my other vids, and if you like them, then please subscribe. It's been Hitman89. See you guys very soon.